So for page 5, for part 5-4, 5_4, it's pretty much the same thing. There's a revolve base and a revolve cut. But this time around, I'm not drawing the axis. I'm just using part of the profile as the axis of revolve for revolving. A new command will be taught, and that is circular pattern, and that is to create these countable holes. Okay. So how this is done on the screen, first I revolved a part that creates this, then I do a fillet. Okay, the fillet dimension is not given, so I'm just approximately giving it 8 millimeters. Then I revolve cut, and that's something that's happening internally. It is not visible when it is a full solid. Okay, so I do a revolve cut that's inside, then I do a counter bore, followed by a circular pattern, and then that's done. Okay, so how do I go about doing this? um, I'll start with the sketch, and I'll be drawing out from the right plane instead. Okay, I'll draw it from the right plane instead. And how I'll start off first is to draw a circle, and the circle will have a radius of the radius would be 56, not radius, sorry, the diameter will be 56. Okay, that's the outer edge of the part. Okay, the outer curve of the part 56. Then what I'm going to draw is this dimension here is missing as well. I'm just going to assume it's 35 millimeters thereabouts, so this will be 75 millimeters. So um, from here I am going to sketch approximately from here the profile of the part. Oops, I think that's just a bit too off. That's to the center. Okay, now I'll end it here. Okay, I think this is way too small, so I'm going to drag it out a little bit, and I'm just going to tidy it up so that it doesn't look so messy. So I'm going to trim it off, and it's going to look like this. Okay, and this line here is going to be 75. The width for this is 16 millimeters. Oops. And the diameter of the part from here to here, or the radius here, it's 154, so it's 75 plus 2, 77, quite accurately, 77. Okay, and from the front view, this portion here is 22, and the diameter, or the radius, sorry, again, the radius for this, right, is 22. It's quite large. Right, it's 22 millimeters because the diameter is 44. So now with this, I'm able to revolve, and I'll be selecting this as my axis. Okay, so I exit my sketch, features, revolve base. This will be the axis that I'm creating, and then I accept it. Okay, so this is done, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a fillet of R8 at the corner, and then that'll be done. Next, I am going to sketch on the same plane, the right plane, and I'm going to put the view to framework so that I can control it much, so I can see, draw much clearer. And I'm using the slot command now because it actually is a slot. There is actually a slot, and the radius for this is 22. Okay. Uh, what I'm going to draw next is a straight line that cuts from this end all the way to the end. Then it comes down and goes all the way across until it intersects. Okay, and this dimension here, this dimension is 25, so it's 12.5. That's the diameter of the hole, right? This here is 22 as well, but no, sorry, I don't need that. That's for driving. This distance is something that I need to control. From the center of this circle to the center of this circle, this dimension. This dimension here is 40 millimeters. That needs to be controlled. Okay, so with this, I'm going to do some trimming. This is to be trimmed. Trim will destroy the slot entity. Yes. Yes. Now trim. So once you trim, you lose the slot entity commands, and some of the dimensions will be some of the constraints are actually deleted. So what happens is you can actually make this control. These two radiuses are actually equal. Okay, it's not the face. The face is not counted. Delete. The two radiuses, the two arcs are actually equal, right? And what I can do is I can select this to this, and I can make them tangent. Once it's tangent, this is tangent to this, right? I could constrain them as tangent, or I could give a dimension and then it will be equal. But yeah, that's how I clean it up, right? If you don't clean it up, it's still blue. You can actually still do the revolve cut. You can, so you don't have to worry too much about it. So it's the revolve cut, and this is the axis line 1, and you can see that it's being cut, right? Now once this is cut, the next thing to do is to draw the counter bore holes, and I'm just going to draw one, right? And I am going to start by going to the hole wizard. Okay, the counter bore hole is here. Select the position. Let me change this back to the solid view, and I'll be choosing this position. I will snap it somewhere around here, and what I'll do is I will do some alignment. Okay, so I select this point and this point here, and actually I want to make sure that it's horizontal. Okay, so that I can dimension my dimension from here to here, and this is actually lying on the pitch circle diameter of 114, right? So you are looking at 57 over here, so it's 57 millimeters. You can see that this is the position of the counter bore. Okay, now once you have accepted this, right, you can go back to the hole type. It's counter bore. Scroll down, check that you have the custom sizing, and the counter bore dimensions. The true hole is 14 millimeters. The outer diameter of the counter bore is 25 millimeters, and the depth of the counter bore is 8 millimeters. With this, I accept it. Okay, surface to complete the. No. No, it's not up to surface. This one would be true all. Okay, for this particular condition, and I am done with one hole. Now, do you have to repeat that 3 times for the 3 holes? No, you need not do that. You could go over here. Instead of a linear pattern, it's a circular pattern, right? The direction one, this one asks you what are you going to rotate about which axis. So I can select this cylinder and it will rotate about the axis of this cylinder. Okay, sorry, this is the axis that I want to rotate about. The features, no, not this one. The features that I want to rotate is actually the counter bore. Okay, it's rotated about 360 degrees, equal spacing, and three features. I need 3 features overall on the part. Then I click accept, and I will have this part out. And my friends, this is part 5 underscore 4. and I hope you have a great day ahead.